This video is brought to you by Videos for Interior Design Education Online. Voices from Practice, Post-Graduation Opportunities with a Degree in Interior Design. Working as an interior designer for in-house facilities management. After a career in hospitality design, interior designer Stephanie McPeak accepted a position with Texas Christian University's Facilities Management Department. Today we hear from her about what it is like to work as an interior designer for a university campus.
We do essentially the master planning for the entire campus. We project out 15 years, 10 years, 5 years. We create these timelines that we then also budget for and create the infrastructure plans for and staff up for. And it's everything from large-scale new construction projects, new buildings for entire departments of the school, to small in-house projects that we handle that are maybe just a renovation. And in the summers we go in, we identify spaces on campus that are in need of refurbishment. So those would be kind of smaller scale projects, but we handle those just within the time constraints of the summer while the students are gone. So that's a big part of what we do, is scheduling around when these spaces need to be in use and not affecting or interrupting the class schedules or the faculty. I have the opportunity to work on a variety of types of spaces. We always say that it's kind of like working for a small town or a small village, because it is sort of all-encompassing here. You've got residence halls, dining facilities, athletic facilities, classroom spaces, office spaces, lounge spaces. So I'm always challenged with the types of spaces I'm working with. I never find myself getting stuck in a rut as far as the nature of the spaces or even the products that I'm using on campus. We certainly have an aesthetic that we like to maintain. Branding is a big thing at TCU, but we have a lot of leeway and a lot of say in the types of products that we use. So in one residence hall we might get to use a certain type of product or do it a certain aesthetic, and then we change it up slightly for the next one depending on the nature of that building. And those are all things that are sort of at the discretion of being the in-house designer for a campus. So there's a lot of freedom in that regard. I like the fact that I get to work alongside architects, engineers, landscapers, plumbers. I see it all because we're in-house here and all those people work in-house, so you really get to see what all goes into running a facility like this on a day-to-day basis. We plan for the worst, hope for the best. We assume anything that can happen will happen, everything from flooding of carpets to gouges, pin marks, stains on upholstery. We have to make sure that everything is tested for certain weight tolerances, that if a student were to stand on the tablet arm of a chair that they're not going to injure themselves or break the chair. Any finish that we put on the campus is of course always commercial grade, and we err on the very high end of the quality of even those items that fall within commercial quality products. It's a lot of meetings and a lot of site visits, which is another convenient thing about working for a facility in-house, is that I live amongst my projects, and so if I need to go and visit a job site, I jump on a golf cart and I head across the street to go see that. A typical day for me could be going first thing in the morning to check on a furniture installation. Second part of the day could be meeting with end users that we're planning a new building for and working on programming with them, what types of spaces they envision in the building, what they see the aesthetic being, how many people they want to fit in the building, and then down to very small scale meetings with someone that just needs a new overhead cabinet for their office space and making sure that what we select is consistent with the other furniture they have. We also have an off-site storage facility that we use for overflow items or items that we are phasing out of the campus, and it might be a quick run over to that to pull in product that we need to temporarily patch an area until we can order and get the new stuff delivered. So it's a lot of running around on campus. It never gets dull, and it's a lot of working with different personality types. In the morning I might be meeting with librarians, in the afternoons I'm meeting with the art department, and those groups tend to think very differently and work very differently, and you've got to be able to adjust and speak to those groups accordingly. And pay good attention to the types of work that you're doing there and the happiness level of the people that are in the firms that you're working for. It may be that you're interning at a firm that does hospitality and you really don't enjoy the travel that's involved with that or the schedules. Learn that, understand that early on so that as you move out into the industry once you graduate, you can find something that is a right fit for you. But put in time someplace. Don't job hop. I think a lot of designers make that mistake early on that maybe it doesn't look like exactly what they expected it to, so they will jump to another firm, and there's something to be said for really digging your heels in and figuring it out, but put the time in and really give it a chance before moving on to something else.
For more videos, visit our YouTube channel, Videos for Interior Design Education Online.